What's up, PSGINT family? It's your boy PSGINT here, and today I'm gonna discuss my thoughts about the Paris Saint-Germain versus Chateauroux game. So here, I'm not gonna go into detail into the game because, come on, it's a game versus a national side. All right, there isn't that many tactics I can take away from this game, but I do want to take away some players from this game. Let's start with the defense. Mukiele, I mean, he has been performing very well for Paris Saint-Germain. If you look at the standards he puts up, the expectations we had of him, he was a bench play, but he's been an amazing, he's versatile, very versatile as a bench player, and always does his best. And I felt that after that slight injury he received during the game, he did not be 100%. He played like 80%, but that was mostly due to injury. After Mukiele, we have Marquinhos. I mean, Marquinhos, it's been very hard for him, and I feel for him. But of course, in this game, he just showed that he's a world-class player. He has that class. He hasn't slipped or something, and yeah, he blocked one good opportunity, which probably could have been a goal for Chateauroux. Bichabo, on the other hand, I feel very unlucky for him because he was really good, but then that mistake, you can't be making those kinds of mistakes, of course, but he's a TT, and the youngsters, they need to take out these mistakes from their game early on. And yeah, I feel sad for him because after that, I felt that his confidence fell down. He was losing challenges and so on, making fouls. And yeah, it did affect him. It definitely did affect him. And I mean, maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. But hopefully Bichabo can bounce back from that and play without being scared of making a mistake again. Even though that will be in his head and mentally all the time. If we look at the midfield, Warren Zaire-Emery, the only youngster that played the entire 90 minutes, and what a player he is. Just, of course, he wasn't perfect, but I'm not expecting anything perfect from him. But he's so calm from the ball. He's always there asking for the ball. He's always there helping out his teammates. Very rough in challenges, very strong. Like he's 16. He's supposed to be 16, weaker than the other, less mature, but he's more mature. Like, his market value is more expensive than the entire Chateauroux team combined. That is insane. He's the second most expensive 16-year-old after Endrick. This is an amazing talent, and yeah, hopefully we get to see more from him. Maybe even in the future Angers game, maybe he can get a potential start, because I really want to see him come into this team, because I feel he can get a starting spot. Not because Vitinho or Fabiano are not good enough. I'm just saying we should be rotating like when we had Renato. But I think Warren should be ahead of Renato, the pecking order. He has performed better when he has performed, and he's available, much more available than Renato Sanchez. After Warren, we have Ismail Gharbi. I think he was really great yesterday. Of course, he played in the 8th position, which was a bit hard for him, especially physically. We saw they went into challenges on him all the time. It was very hard. I would love to see him at the 10th position instead of the number 8. But I was glad seeing Gharbi on the pitch. Of course, that was a beautiful assist they had. I wanted to see more from him. He got subbed out, but let's hope for the best for Ismail Gharbi and its future. Then we can talk about the 2 Spanish frauds in attack, Carlos Soler and Pablo Sarabia. When Sarabia had the ball, he didn't pass it to Ekitike or Warren or Gharbi. He only passed it to Soler, and same thing goes for Soler. He only looked for Sarabia when he had the ball, and yeah, that was a bit irritating. But for me, the simplest way to compare them is both are very bad on the pitch. They are very bad on the pitch, both of them. Both Spanish frauds are bad on the pitch, but at least Soler gets some decisiveness. Sarabia has played most minutes out of the bench attackers, including him, Soler and Ekitike, but he has 0 goals and 0 assists. That is absolutely disgusting. Whilst Carlos Soler, I believe he has 6 goals and assists, and Ekitike, will come on to soon, has 5 goals and assists, showing that Sarabia should be sold. Like, he has no place at this team because he doesn't contribute. He doesn't do anything that we want him to do. And I said, even though Soler does not perform, he had a very important goal, and I'm very happy for him. Hugo Ekitike, what a baller. What a baller. He's starting to come into the rhythm, because I remember in the beginning of the season we were craving for a goal, for an assist, for something, for a pre-assist, and now we're getting it pretty much every game. So since the Lorient game, he has had 5 goals and assists, 3 goals, 1 assist, which is really great for him. Of course, didn't perform in the friendlies where you expect him to perform, but getting that important goal, and what a beautiful finish it was. You could clearly see that shot was full of confidence outside of the boot. beautiful goal. Should have gotten a brace, but a great save from the Chateauroux goalkeeper. And then Bernat, beautiful goal. But as I said, I love Bernat, but he's not quality Paris Saint-Germain level anymore. Plus, he has a high wage, and you don't want to have a bench player with that high of a wage. And the last player I want to talk about is Ilyas Husni. Came on for the last 5 minutes, and we really saw him. We saw him. Like, it wasn't like he was invincible because he came on the loss. He still had a big impact and nearly scored a golazo. I feel sad for him, but he nearly did it. And then we have Vitor Ferreira Vitinha. Did not have a great first half, but then in the later half, when Paris Saint-Germain needed to get a goal, Vitinha was performing really good. He was fighting a lot because he had expectation and pressure on him, and I hope that he plays like that, with that kind of quality, with that kind of hunger in the rest of the season, hopefully. Paris Saint-Germain will play against Angers in the next Ligue 1 game. Lionel Messi will be back, Neymar Jr. will be back, and Marco Verratti will be back. And hopefully Paris Saint-Germain perform well in that game, get the 3 points, because it's very tight between us and Axila at the top of the Ligue 1 summit. But let me know in the comments down below what you thought about the Chateauroux game. If I had to give the performance a rating, I would give it a 6.5. But I really enjoyed seeing some of the youngsters and some of the bench players even performing in that game. But that was it. Make sure to like this video, make sure to subscribe to beautiful PSGINT YouTube channel, and as always, allez Paris!